A very good morning to all of you students. So last time we have studied about the cleaning and why cleaning is important in the cleaning processes of which we use in the hotel industry. Now we'll study about area cleaning and this topic is from your unit 1 only. And so let's begin. First, so let me tell you firstly that in this topic we'll cover that how do we clean occupied rooms, uh, out of order rooms, vacant room, departure rooms, or about checkout rooms. So these all are the things which we'll cover in this area cleaning. Uh, so first is guest room. Daily cleaning of a guest room. A GRS work begins when he reports at the housekeeping that's in the correct uniform and a proper grooming. So let me tell you, all the staff who works or serve do service to the guest are the guest room attendants uh, who do the room cleaning, provide amenities and services to the guest. They are guest room attendants. In short, we call them GRAs. So the GRA duty is to clean the guest room daily, and if guest ask for some services, the special services which we'll also study after covering this topic, and so that is the duty of GRA, and that his or her duty begins when they report in the housekeeping decks when with the correct uniform and when they are properly groomed. So this is who does the cleaning of guest room attendant, and they are called GRAs, which is guest room attendants. Briefing is conducted by a supervisor at the beginning of the shift, highlighting VIP rooms, any messages from the previous shift, and briefing of a work ahead. So let me tell you the briefing is taken by the supervisor or the head of the department, and this briefing is conducted uh, twice a day or thrice a day in each department. So when it's conducted in the housekeeping department, it's taken by supervisor or the head of the department. So in this briefing means a short meeting with the staff member. So the supervisor and the staff could the other department staff could interact and share the highlights of the day, and if they have any thing to uh, uh, what do you call when they need to discuss anything with the senior with the supervisor, and so these all things are covered in this briefing. So briefing is conducted by a supervisor in the beginning of the shift, and in the beginning of the shift supervisor tell the GRS and the other housekeeping staff members about the VIP rooms, very important persons room. So, and if there is a message from the previous shift supervisor or the night shift supervisor, and some special services if any guest has asked for, or briefing of a work, and what all work and task the housekeeping staff is going to perform in the in the day. So all these things are discussed in the briefing. Next, we have after briefing, area allocation is done, recorded in the reporting staff placement register, and accordingly each GRE collects his room status report and master key. So after briefing is done, supervisor has told the staff members about the VIP and the what all tasks they have to perform. Excuse me. What all tasks they have to perform in a day, and what services they need to provide to the VIP guests, as well as the please mute yourself whoever it is, so that they could give a very good services to the guest. And after briefing is done, the which floor on and what rooms need to be made, and which room needs to be serviced, these all records, and the room status report is handed over to the GRA staff, and as well as the master key of the floor and the rooms, so that they could easily assess the guest rooms, so to clean the rooms and to provide services to the guests. Am I clear to all of you till yet? Shall I move forward? So let me tell you, during this lecture, we'll conduct a poll in which you have to give me choose one correct answer. So after covering a little bit of our topic, I'll conduct a poll for all of you. Next, what is guest room attendant? A guest room attendant may have to service anywhere between 12 and 1 rooms in, uh, excuse me, between 12 to 16 rooms in a day, depending on the elaborate work in the rooms. After the GRA finishes servicing one room, he or she informs the floor supervisor that the prepared guest room can be inspected. The proper order of the daily cleaning and servicing of the guests via GRAs. So let me tell you, the GRA only doesn't provide services to his duty is to clean the room, make the room so that if the departure room is tidy, his or her duty is to make it so that uh, front office department could sell that room or provide that room to the coming guest. And GRA's duty is to inform the supervisor when they have made the room or service the guest. It's their duty and responsibility inform the department and the supervisor that the room is ready, so and it could be inspected if the so in order to give the room to the guest. And the GRA only doesn't make one room in a day. It depends upon the occupancy level of the hotel, occupancy rate in the hotel, as well as the rooms in the hotel. So normally it's between 12 to 16 rooms which a GRA makes in a day, depending upon the occupancy rate of the hotel. So next is there are some cleaning order which GRA has to uh, it's like have to perform, so that there isn't any mistake or anything doesn't left to be cleaned or to provide in the or to place or to provide in the guest room. So next we have the guidelines which a GRA needs to follow. The first is guest room whose occupant requested for early makeup. Request must be honored first. So sometimes guest has asked housekeeping department to make up their room. If the bed is tidy, and the room, their bathroom needs to be clean. So it's the housekeeping staff's duty and the supervisor duty to give priority to the guest who has asked for to early pick up of the guest room, and it should be honorably done, and the guest room should be made by the GRA in the priority level. Next, VIP rooms and then VIP rooms. It's their duty to make coordination with the supervisor and be informed that which VIP and or a very VIP guest is staying with them, so that they could provide the proper and the good services to the guests. Next, checkout rooms blocked for arrival so that the guests need not to wait for the checking in the room. So sometimes the rooms which are already prepared or made for the guest, they are being blocked for the guest, so that it doesn't take much time of the guest to check in the room. So it's their duty to follow the process and inform the supervisor. So next is checkout rooms. Make more rooms available for sale by front office. So if for example, let's take example that if a housekeeping staff doesn't make a room properly on time, it's not it will be problematic for the front office department to sell those rooms. So because the guest will be waiting at the reception and your rooms won't be ready, so it's their duty that when the guest has checked out the room, they immediately or within some time they make that room so that the room is ready to sell to the another guest. Am I clear to all of you till yet? Say yes or no, everyone. Am I clear to all of you? Okay, moving forward. Stayovers in house guests who usually go out in the day for business or tourism, and we can clean without disturbing the privacy of the guest. So we have stayover guests who stay with the in the hotel for a long time period. Some stay guest stays for the business purpose. And some came for whatever the reason is, the guest who is staying for a long time with us or for a long duration, the GR is duty to make their room without disturbing them. See, once they have left the hotel for exploring the city or for their work, it's their duty, the GRA duty, to make their room and clean, provide the new and fresh services in the guest room. Next, uh, rooms that had a D&D card displayed in the morning but has been moved now. So sometimes in the morning, the guest has turned on the D&D or placed a D&D card outside or have turned on the switch of D&D. D&D, which D&D means do not disturb. It's a mode when it is applied, so no bell could be ring in the guest room, and the housekeeping staff could not disturb. It's the rules that they should not disturb the guest. So when this is turned on, it's their duty once the guest has removed that DND card or DND mode, uh, so they could recheck with the guest and provide the services and the clean the guest room. Next room due to become checkouts much later in the day, if cleaned early, then need to be cleaned again post checkout. So see, we have the rooms which are checked out in the earlier day, but were clean. It's need to be rechecked or cleaned again, so that while posting it on the checkout, it's the cleaned room, cleaned and a tidy room. So let me set a poll for all of you once. You always see a poll on your screens and you have to choose the correct answer. Then we will discuss what correct answer it is. Students, kindly complete this polling. Hurry up, everyone. Till now, only 2 students have attempted this poll. Kindly, everyone, please start completing it.
Ma'am, poll is not showing on a screen.
So, are you unable to see the polling on the screen, or are you unable to press the answers?
Question is not showing, ma'am, on the screen.
Okay, Abhimanyu, the question was, what is the full form of GRA? Is it the answers? The options are guest room attendant or guest room agent. So this was the question, and these was the 2 choices, and you have to choose one choice from the correct choice from this.
First one is the right answer.
All right. So let me tell you, all the full form of GRA is guest room attendant, and it is a correct answer, Abhimanyu. Uh, and
Yeah,
so,
thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Next, moving forward, we have cleaning of an occupied room. How do we clean the guest room where room is occupied, which means guest is staying in the room and the luggage and all the things of the guest is in the room, or sometimes guest is in the room. So let's Let's begin. Entering, first of all, when you enter the room, knock on the door with your knuckles and announce housekeeping. Wait for 10 seconds. Do not use any other articles such as pen or keys for the purpose. See, uh, uh, it's a there is a matter. Excuse me, students. It's a method of knocking at the guest. You have to knuckle using you need to use your this fingers, and you can't use any key card or pen to knock at the guest door. Once you have knocked at the door, you need to wait for a 10 seconds. You could not knock at the door more than 3 times, and that knock should be after a duration of 10 seconds, and if the guest doesn't respond, you should not knock more than that. Then in a case DND sign is displayed, proceed to clean another room, making a note of DND status on the room assignment sheet. So when GR has gone on the floor to clean the guest rooms, if the guest has displayed DND, you can't ring the bell and even knock the door. So it's a procedure in the you get a room status sheet on which you have to mark that the guest room was on DND. So this is the procedure of the the room which is on do not disturb mode. Next, if there is no answer after 10 seconds, knock the door the second time announcing the housekeeping. So again, I have told you earlier as well, after 10 seconds, you need to knock once again, and you could not say your name or anything, only you have to say housekeeping, or if it's someone from IRD, in-room dining services from the restaurant, F&B's department, they call themselves room service. And if you are from the housekeeping department, you have to say housekeeping only. So this is the think how do you enter into the guest room. Next, if there is still no answer, use the master key to open the door, announcing housekeeping. So at last, if you have the status report in your hand, and if guest doesn't still open the room, you have the master key. So you could open the guest room with the master key. But before entering it, you have to announce housekeeping so that the guest would know, or if the guest isn't in the room, it's the rules and the process we have to follow for entering into the guest room. Next, if the guest bids GRA to enter, open the door, open the door. Open the door slightly and ask if you may service the room. So if the guest is allows you to enter into the room, you need to ask the guest before saying that may for serving the guest room, to clean the guest room. If the guest is willing, proceed to the clean the room. In case the guest does not want the room service at the moment, ask for the alternative time and make a note of it on the room assignment sheet. See, if the guest is in the room, you need to take the permission from the guest that you're here to clean the room. And if in case does guest does not want the room service at that moment, you have to ask him for the alternative time, that at what time, sir, do you want the service to clean your room or whatever it is. So if the guest wants the service, make a note on the room assignment sheet which you have in your hand, that guest wants the service at this time, or if guest doesn't want the service, you have to mark the guest denied the service. So this is the procedure entering into the guest room and asking for the room service if the guest wants to clean his or her room to be cleaned or not. Next, if there is still no answer, use master key to open the door if it's locked. Now it is the about if the guest is not in the room and uh, there is no answer because guest isn't in the room. So then in that case, you also have to use the master key to enter into the guest room. Hold the door slightly ajar and repeat housekeeping in case there is no answer. Enter the room discreetly and make sure that guest is not in the bathroom or in a deep sleep or even ill. Otherwise, proceed to clean the room. If the guest is in the bathroom, asleep, retreat or close the door. See, in case you don't get the answer, last I have told you about the guest. If guest is in the room but he didn't answer, now it's about in the case that you don't get the answer, uh, for the then you have to follow this procedure. Knock the door. You have knocked twice or thrice at the guest door and it doesn't get open. So next you have to do is slightly hold the door, does not open it quickly or very fast. Hold the door and repeat housekeeping once or twice till then you don't see a guest on his in the room. If the guest is in the room, he's about to answer if he wants or not. And if there is no guest, you have to check or knock at the bathroom door as well, that if guest is in the washroom. And if no, if there is no till that, then you have to check quietly in the the bedside. uh, and if you have to check if the guest is sleeping or is ill, you have to check if the guest is in the room, quietly come out. Then if the guest isn't in the room, then you start cleaning the room. In case GRA end up having disturbed the guest, apologize, explain the reason for your enter and say that you shall come back later to clean the room. See, in case you have entered the room and guest is in the room, so don't shut the door or come at that time. Stand there and apologize the guest and tell him or her the reason that why you have entered the room. Say them that you were here for the room cleaning, but you have also knocked the door. Uh, and the guest didn't responded, so that's why they entered into the room. So this is the procedure you need to follow. The guest room attendant has to follow. Upon entering the room, open the door wide and position the cart in the front of the door, the shelves facing the door. So see, when once you have entered in the room, you have to keep the guest door open. Never shut the door once while you are servicing the guest room and or about uh, so so once you have entered the room, always keep the uh, cart in front of the door and never shut the room door. Always keep the door open while servicing the guest room, cleaning it or providing services to the guest. Keep the door wide open during servicing of the guest. So this is the thing that I have told you earlier. Always keep the door wide open. So this is the process how GRA has to follow the rules, and this is the process of entering into the guest room if the guest room is occupied and the guest is staying in the room. So this is the procedure of that. Now I'll set a poll on a screen once again for you all. Hurry up everyone, here is the second poll for all of you. Quickly answer the question. Let me tell you once all that the correct answer is very important person. It's not very impactful person. The correct answer is very important person. So this is the correct answer. Next, we have preparing to clean the guest room. So in this, we'll study how the things needs to be organized in the cart and what is the procedure to clean in the guest room. If the guest is out for this is for the occupied room, okay. If the guest is out or has permitted you to clean the room, greet them politely and begin your work, but take care to minimize any disturbance or inconvenience to the guest. See, once a guest has permitted you to clean his room, his or her room, then you must greet the guest very politely and then begin your work. It will be very rude of you that you have you quick just enter into the guest room and you don't even wish or greet the guest before cleaning before starting the clean, or if the guest is in the room, always greet the guest first, then start doing your work into the group. And try not to make much sounds of your work. Try to keep try not to create inconvenience or disturbance for the guest. um, or even in the room, because the nearby rooms could even get disturbed with the very loud noises. Then ventilate the room by drawing back the drapes and opening the windows. While drawing back the curtains, take the curtain rings and tracks. See, once you have entered the room, greeted the guest, then first thing you have to do is always uh, uh, move back the curtains or drapes from the room so that proper ventilation and the light could pass in the room. Next, remove room service IRD trays and used tea trays. So, first of all, the second thing you have to do is uh, remove the food trays or the trays which are in the guest rooms, or the tea trays. Remove those trays from the guest room and place it outside or at the behind of the. Then you have to remove the trays which IRD has serviced into the guest room. Then switch on all electrical appliances such as lights, fans, conditioners, television, and so on to check that they are in working order. Switch them off after their check. So after doing all these things, you have to check all the electrical things or appliances placed in the guest room like TV, television, air conditioner, and other things in the room, so that you could check that they are working properly. After checking it, it's very important to turn all those appliances to switch off all those appliances. Next, empty ashtray, water paper basket, and a waste paper basket and sanitary bin from the bathroom into the trash bag on the cart. So there is always a trash bag tied up with the, or there is a sack placed with the cart where you have to put all the trash or the waste thing in that bin, in the trash bag, which is joined with the tied up with your cart. So after doing all this thing, you have to empty up the ashtray, waste paper basket, your dustbin, and put all those things into the trash bag. Then remove soiled linen and make the bed as per standard procedure. So there is a standard procedure of bed making which we'll also do in our practical lecture. We will come to know about the how do we make guest bedroom, and what types of bed folds are there. So now, then after following all those steps, you have to remove the soiled linen from the bed, which is the dirty linen from the bed, as per the hotel standards. Then follow systematic method by starting at the door, uh, and cleaning surface as to move clockwise or anti-clockwise. Also, always clean from higher to lower level. So there's also procedure which need to be followed by GI is start cleaning room from the clockwise direction or the anti-clockwise direction. By following this pattern, you will not leave anything behind to be cleaned or left. Anything will be left to be cleaned. So always start cleaning from the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise. Then make sure that you're cleaning from the higher to lower level. It doesn't, you have cleaned the floor first and you're dusting the almiras and the cupboard, your higher level things or paintings or the Simran, always clean or dust off the higher things first, then clean the lower level things. Then damp dust the door and all the fixtures. Then take a damp duster and uh, clean the doors and fixtures. Damp dust cabinets and closets. Also damp dust the your cabinets and the closets which is in the guest room. Damp dust the luggage rack. There's a luggage rack by entering into guest room. You have to also damp dust the luggage rack. Then damp dust the dressing table, drawer, and lighting fixtures around or near it. So these all are the things which you have to damp dust first. Your cabinets, closets, dressing table, drawer. These all things needs to be thoroughly dusted once. Clean mirror. It's mandatory to clean your guest room mirror. Damp dust the bedside table. Both the bedside tables also need to be dusted. Dry dust all the fixtures and accessories in the guest room, and always dry dust all the fixtures which are in the guest room and the accessories of the guest room. Damp dust chairs and tables, vacuum upholstery furniture, rearrange all the furniture properly after you are done. So once you have dusted the chair and tables and vacuumed all the furniture, then we have to rearrange the things as per the standards set up by the hotel uh, properly once you have cleaned the all these things furniture. Next, vacuum the carpet, edges, and floor baseboards. So if there is a carpet in the room, you have to vacuum that carpet and also clean the floor. Then clean window frames and glass panes if required. And if the your the guest room glass windows also needs to be cleaned thoroughly. Damp does the headboard of the guest. And headboard, you know, no, the headboard at the back of the bed also needs to be cleaned, damp dusted. Then damp dust the telephone and disinfect the mouthpiece and the handle of the receiver. So you have to thoroughly clean the telephone, disinfect the mic, your microphone or the mouthpiece, and also the receiver and the receiver and the handle of the telephone. Spot clean all walls if necessary, and if you find any spot on the wall, also clean that spot immediately while you are cleaning or servicing the guest room. So this is the all the things which need to be kept in your mind. Uh, excuse me, while entering the guest room as well and while cleaning the guest room. So we'll continue with the same topic. Next thing which we have to service into the guest room is minibar. And in this minibar, replenish the minibar as per set standard and prepare bin for consumed items. So the minibar is the mini fridge which is placed into the guest room where this beverages and your snacks and cookies, some chocolates are placed, and these are uh, charged to the guest if guest consumed anything from the minibar and the snacks, and these are added into uh, the bill is paid by the guest, and because it is not included into the guest room rate. Next, uh, before moving forward, you will get a poll on your screen. Students, please answer this question quickly so that we could move forward. Hurry up. There are 11 students attending this class, and I'm getting only five answers. Only five students are answering the poll. Why other six are not answering the poll? Quickly, quickly. Are everyone able to see the poll on your screens or not? If not, tell me. So the correct answer for the question is do not disturb. So the correct answer is the do not disturb. So all those who has answered do not disturb, it is a correct answer. Next, we have replenishing bedroom supplies. Replenish the bedroom supplies if required and place them as per the hotel policies. See, in the previous we have studied that if there is something which is consumed by the guest, you uh, note down and put it into the guest bill, and if there is something need to be placed replaced into the guest room, you put it into the minibar. And if there are the things like amenities and the other supplies like room slippers, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, soap, tissues. These all things needs to be placed into the room, which need to be used by guest uh, while you're servicing the occupied room. So next here we have the procedure how to the GRA needs to clean the guest bathroom. First, cleaning the bathroom, put on protective gloves and apron before begin the work at bathroom. So once you are going to clean the bathroom, make sure you are wearing the protective gloves and apron before cleaning the bathroom. Next, before starting to clean any surface, apply the toilet cleaner in the WC. It may require that WC is flushed first. Proceed with the other task in the bathroom while the toilet cleaning agent does its jobs. So see, once you have worn your gloves and apron, make sure you have uh, put on the toilet cleaner, which is Arsec, it is Harpic, into the WC, because it needs some time to react and clean the your WC. And because it but before putting the your toilet cleaner R6 into the WC, you make sure that you have flushed it properly. Then while you have put on the toilet cleaner in the WC, you start cleaning your other uh, other areas of the bathroom, or you perform other tasks which needs to be done in the bathroom. Clean the shower curtain using a damp sponge, and then you have to clean the shower curtain which is placed. Sometimes there are glass panels in place of your curtains. So if there is a curtain, you use a damp sponge and clean it with the so if there is a curtain in the washroom, in the bathroom, you have to take a damp sponge and clean it. Let the shower curtain hang loosely on the tap side of the bathtub with the bottom of the curtain inside the tub. This is important for avoiding the build of moisture. So once you have to damp sponge the curtain, make sure you have put on your curtain loosely into the bathtub, because it will not create this moisture, your moisture, it will not build up the moisture in that area. Next, clean the bathtub surrounding tiles, shower area, and vanity unit using a wet sponge and neutral detergent. So there are detergents to clean the bathroom, these specific areas like bathtub, tiles, and shower area. Clean these areas very neatly and properly with the wet sponge and detergent. Next, clean the mirror in the same way as flat glass. So then you have to in the previous lecture I have told you how do we clean flat glass. So in the same method you have to clean the bathroom mirror. Replenish toiletries and other bathroom supplies if required. Gargle glasses should be replaced with clean ones covered in a wrapper with the masses sanitized for you. So see, once you have done this all, next you have to, if there are toiletries which are used or finished, you have to replace the new one in that there in the bathroom. And other supplies like bathroom towel is being used or bath mat is needs to be, so you have to replace the supplies and amenities. Then use the always replace the gargle glass, and it should be wrapped with the cover, and there should be mentioned, the message should be mentioned on it that sanitized for you, so that gets could get it that this is the new glass, gargle glass placed into the washroom, which is being cleaned and sanitized. Then replace used towels with fresh ones. I told you earlier as well that need to replace the towels with the fresh ones. Clean the outside and surrounding area of the toilet bowl until then your WC is being getting cleaned with the R6 agent. Till then you have to clean the surrounding areas or the outside of the toilet bowl. Next, using a toilet brush, clean the inside of a toilet bowl, especially under the rim and flush. Rinsing the toilet brush in the flush water a budget is present, it also cleaned in the same way. So if there is anything got deposited or fixed into the WC, it need to be flushed with the help of toilet brush and clean it very smooth. Then apply a disinfectant solution on the toilet seat and inside of the lid and close the lid of the toilet bowl. Place the disinfectant strip place the disinfectant strip, excuse me. Then this is the thing you have to follow, that apply a disinfectant solution on the toilet seat inside the lid and close the lid to the toilet bowl. Then place the disinfectant strip with the sign sanitize for you around the bowl. So you have to put the sanitized slip or the sanitized in the your uh, toilet bowl that the your toilet seat is being cleaned and sanitized. Check all electric appliances to see that they are working in the order. So once you have cleaned all this, then check that your bathroom lights and appliances such as your hair dryer are placed in the washroom or the hand dryers are working properly. Damp dust the door and door fixtures, the toilet roll holder and other fixtures. So once this is all done, you have to damp dust the door uh, door fixtures and the toilet roll paper holder. So you need to damp dust all these things, clean and disinfect the wall phone. There is a wall phone placed in the washroom, so you have to also disinfect and clean that. Mop the floor. It is a good practice to add a little disinfectant to the mop water, since many guests walk barefoot in the bathroom. So once you are about to mop the floor, make sure, or it is good to add the disinfectant solution into the mop water. So because sometimes sometimes guests walk barefoot in the washroom, so add some disinfectant solution into the mop water, while so that it could be the floor could be disinfected while you have mopped the bathroom. Then take a critical look around. Leave the bathroom door open for air to circulate and exit the bathroom. So then ge- uh, take a look of the bathroom that you have cleaned and supplied all the things, uh, so that you does not miss anything. Then uh, keep the door, let the door stay open, so because you have just moved the floor so that air could circulate and it could get dry. Then exit the washroom. So at the end, in the end, clean the room. After you have cleaned the washroom, your guest room, bathroom, then it's the time to clean the or to vacuum the room or mop the room. If there isn't a carpet or the flooring is that vacuum article, you need to mop or clean. Then begin from the farthest end, drawing the sheet, curtains, and move back towards the door. Never start mopping from the door side. Always start from the farthest your the point which is at the end of the room. So start mopping from that direction so that you could come cleaning the at the end of the uh, moving backward to the exit door. Then switch off extra light except the one that are to be left on as per the policy. So never turn on the switch off on all the lights. There is always a dim light which stays turned on in the room. So with other extras like lamps and the other lights in the room, switch off all those lights and then exit the room. So students, this was all about cleaning the occupied guest room. How do you clean the guest room, the bathroom, and what are the all procedures and the process the guest room attendant has to follow. Hope you all had uh, got to know about how do we clean these occupied rooms and the bathroom of that guest. So this was all about today's lecture. You may all leave the class now. Thank you for joining. So from the next time, make sure you're attending your class, because there is a very little few students are attending the classes. So your attendance is is mandatory. So thank you for joining. You will get your notes by evening on your Google Classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.